Grew up in Manassas, Virginia, suburbia, tons of traffic, lots of cars and big chains and neon lights.
I grew up outside of Richmond, basically in the middle of the woods down a long gravel road. I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, so suburban city area that was nothing at all like what Beth grew up in.
What I had felt my love was growing up was ballet.
I was really passionate about soccer. I wanted to help people. I wanted to work with older people. I've always had a special bond with old people.
But I kind of recognized that I wasn't going to be Balanchine or something like that. I couldn't quite thrive in the competitive world of dance. And I knew that if I did just that, I would really have to give up everything else.
Well, I really like soccer, but I don't think I'm quite good enough to become a professional athlete or the next Mia Hamm. So I'm going to go into sports medicine. But I got into college, and the big shift that happened was that I was taking a sustainability course, and my professor brought in this guy from the University of Montana, where they have a student-run farm. This movie was probably 20 minutes long, but in that 20 minutes, my life changed. As I realized that I wanted to do farming, I realized that the college setting was not conducive to me learning how to farm at all. I could learn about different styles of farming, I could learn about, all sorts of different sustainability issues, but I could never learn how to do any of them.
So while I was in school, I decided that I wanted a job to just kind of better support myself so I didn't have to rely on my parents as much. And I knew that I wanted to be one that was fulfilling. And I've never thought that fulfillment comes with money. And I would always love the Little Grill. It's my favorite restaurant. So I got the job. And I've stuck with it for now over 2.5 years. And I could care less about working in a restaurant. It's really working with other people in a worker democracy environment that has kept me there all this time. I mean, we're the only worker-owned restaurant in all of Virginia. It's wonderful, but it's really just the empowerment of owning your own business and owning it with people that you appreciate that really keeps you there, and exploring how we communicate with each other and how we make decisions, to knowing that my decision is counted just as significant as everyone else's in the business, and the fact that we care enough about each other to put us all on the same level. And I honestly can't imagine working any other way. I think I'm there because I still want to see us build in the worker democracy movement. Though I have really come to really love serving people, I think it creates a strong sense of humility a lot of the time. And often, putting a privileged person, a white girl who grew up in middle class suburbia, it's good to be in a place where I'm serving other people food.
I think of the three of us, I have the most mainstream life. I have kind of the 9-to-5 thing going, but that doesn't solely define me. I work in a psychosocial rehabilitation program with adults who have mental health diagnoses. It's a really neat program, though, that recognizes the importance of the relationships between peers to help bring about change and help support people. How important it is to have community when you're dealing with life's troubles, So I feel really blessed to have been a part of that. Though I love the program that I'm in, I've more recently in the last year or two become interested in different healing modalities, since I think that's what I'm called to do, and I've known that for a long time. I'm exploring myself for sure, and also how I interact with the world, and I have no idea where that's going to take me. I was offered a job with New Community Project, where I am now as the garden coordinator, coordinating with our different garden projects, the main being a market garden that has 0 emissions. We bike everything to the farmer's market. And another thing that makes us unique is we're an urban garden, so we have less than an acre inside of the city, but we also bring folks in to work. Our workers are people who are on the street or dealing with addiction or just are not really in stable situations, and they're able to come up to the gardens, and we form a
community and build relationships, and they're also able to get out of their head or their situation and garden and watch things grow and save up money. 75% of it goes into a housing fund, so they're able to save money through time and hopefully get them off the streets or help them have a better financial situation, whatever situation they're in.
So I now currently work with New Community Project to sort of support alternative transportation, whether that be biking or walking or using public transportation, and also build that culture and build that movement specifically here in Harrisonburg. Basically, you know, I pretty much in all these areas that I've found myself biking around and, you know, learning how to can food and learning how to grow food and spending all this time putting ourselves into things far beyond our own survival and the terms in the way that our culture knows it now, which is by finding the job that gets you the most money so you can get the house and have health insurance and all these things security-wise. My life has been so much better in the last few years where I've had very little money but such a strong community of people around me. I have found such a significant amount of joy and love and appreciation doing and living my life this way that I can't imagine doing it any other.